A Universal Interactive Studios production. A game created and developed by Naughty Dog.
Piss off, Java update. Yeah, of course. Almost forward and hit the button there. Wow, I've never seen that one before. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure I get the relic now. No, I don't. Fuck's sake. I'm not even looking at my splits. This is great. Not even paying attention to my own splits. Okay, whatever. Just going. Okay. That was alright movement. Still going to be a sub 20 warp one, which is alright, I guess. Considering the re entry into Toad Village and being emulator. Would have been a sub 18 actually. That's fine anyway. Don't need the moss no more. Nope. Didn't get far enough right. Oh well. I'll try again. In the relic. I was considering whether I should mess around with that or not, and I guess I shouldn't have. And I'll just mess around with that in practice before just messing around going for it. Still not far enough right. Well, that's definitely going to be time loss because I've got to go for the box gem in the relic now. Oh well. Yo Logan, thanks for the good luck. Why have I got a at on Discord unless it's a DM or message replying? Nah, it's alright, it doesn't matter. I've got streamer mode on so it's all muted. Other than the random slide not being inputted, that was pretty okay. That was a minute, because that 2-second crate shouldn't have been hit. It somehow got sniped. I'm not sure how. Very odd. Start with this one because we've got 2 masks. Let's not be a canoe and lose it. Get on the platform. Oh, great. Doesn't really cost too much, but there goes the other mask, which means no mask form in tomb time. Which is going to cost a couple of seconds. Not the end of the world, especially considering this is like a first run in quotes, because emulator, whilst I figure out if I'm definitely gonna come back next year, because I'm sure people will be able to read a relatively short pace bin. Why am I breaking these boxes? Complete waste of time. Yeah, because I've got to wait on this door cycle, and I'll probably have to wait on the next door cycle. I could have gone. And I guess there's also that, because I think, I'm not sure, but I think the mask form should get the crystal. I think the mask form should carry over to at least that part. So there should only be one to jump over. Late split, so let's just skip the split entirely. Too busy thinking about what would have been an optimal mask form and forgot to split. Oh, moving out of the crystals, okay. Don't know how it'll be visible on stream, but that'd be why you can keep seeing like little silver dashes, because they are all best segments in quotes, because I've made copies of my splits, because I'm not running against a 217 on emulator when I haven't really done speedruns in God knows how long. Like, my own PB is going to be 4 years old this year, I'm pretty sure. Because I think I got my 105 PB in like the end of 2018, because 2019 was sort of when I kind of started tapering off speedruns. I was just too busy and couldn't find the time, and I was just getting frustrated. It was unfortunate, but it was what it was. Of course, but then again, I'm pretty sure my PB does that, and I'm pretty sure my PB, or like the run that was going to PB before that, which didn't PB, does the exact same thing. Gets the gem, dies on the way back. Didn't actually need to get that free crate. Means that basically didn't save any time over regular yellow gem. Because I think yellow gem early saves a minute, and dying at the end of the time trial loses 55 seconds, so technically it might have saved time. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. I know people are probably going to say, oh, but it's emulator. I'm certain I've seen clips of people running on emulator and it's still crashing on this level. One of the main reasons I've always kept it like at the beginning of Warp 1, or Warp 3 rather. That was quite good movement actually, for my standards at least. That's 33. As long as I don't screw up the nitro jumps at the end, I should be able to that doesn't matter. Didn't do a full slide jump. guess I'm going to have to hit the nitro crate, because I know you can nitro jump those ones, they're just a bit awkward to not take damage to. So it was almost a pretty good double header, now it's just not great. I think considering PB is a 217, MU loses, I think it's like a minute and a half on 105, something like that, a minute and a half to FDS. I suppose a 2.4x would be something I'd be happy with. It's just hard to spitball time, like out off the top of my head, based on where my standard should be, where I am at actually now, because I've not run in ages, and of course what sort of mistakes may happen, because it doesn't take much to have a death in the wrong spot that loses like 2 minutes plus. It's the sort of game it is. It's not a difficult game, especially out of like the free Crash games in general from the PlayStation era. It's definitely the easiest one to run, but it doesn't mean there aren't like opportunities to just lose minutes at a time and be stuck because the game decided you should be. I'm just going to play that slightly safe. Cool. Get the checkpoint and we're pretty much fine. I need to do a spin, like a kick spin. I'll try it again. Okay, fine. Probably about 15-20 seconds. Nothing major. Bad fish cycle, presumably because I died. It's pretty great how there's literally a mask box at the start you can just ignore, purely because then this mask doesn't spawn. I think Naughty Dog were aware that waiting on 500 cycles in a time trial is not fun, so they just gave a bunch of masks to allow players to just skip. That's the cycle I think you want to catch on the second visit. Okay, double header 2, and then presumably what is either going to go good, average, or train wreck. I'm hoping for good or average, really. Average would be absolutely adequate right now, just for having a standard to compare against when I do start getting into the sort of whole resetting and grinding. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, that movement was just atrocious. The one thing that is nice though is being able to play this level without much lag, because I'm on an emulator that doesn't really lag like it's supposed to. Which is of course why I mentioned in my pace bin that none of these are up. Yep. Which is why like these runs are, as far as I'm aware, aren't SRCOM legal, because I'm certain that the community now makes you use, I think you have to use RetroArch with a certain core, or BizHawk, and you have to do it with a proper window capture showing the window screen. So it actually has the little bar saying what program it is. But as I'm not going to be going for PB on emulator, because why would I? I've got an NTSC PS2 sat under my desk right now. It's not plugged in, but it's there. It's just at the moment I really can't be dealing with the hassle of playing off my other monitor instead of what's my now main monitor, and having another capture card out with cables everywhere because I've got nowhere to put it. Which is why my eventual plan will be an OSSC if I decide this is the future of my evenings, because, well, at the end of the day, an OSSC would just be perfect. Straight into the capture card, no worries. I'll leave that checkpoint alone just to try and minimise any damage that could be caused. By death. Apparently that counted as being hit in the lava. Also, like, being on emulator means I'm using a DualShock 4, which is less than ideal. Oh, there goes my last mask. Up and over. That's a checkpoint. Cool. Now just don't die to the pterodactyl and we're good. Way. Now I think my next biggest worry is Boneyard. The 2 warp 4-1 cycles aren't really a problem. Although I suppose there is Hot Cocoa coming up. So that's always a possibility of something that would go wrong. Okay, so that dynamite was average in terms of just my general gameplay. Fine, we'll just use the dinosaur from the beginning. I thought I was dead. I actually thought I was dead. Definitely went about my split in an interesting way. Well, like I said, I stick by what I've done with them. I think it makes sense. Yes, logically, you would want to get Dynamite and Hot Cocoa out of the way first, because Hot Cocoa can be a run killer, and Dynamite's just, again, another run killer, just because it just takes one death in the wrong spot and you lose minutes. Whether that be missing the gem at the end and dying instead of getting it, or dying for getting to the checkpoint in the death room. It's just not great. Alright, time to hopefully not be an idiot. And we'll see how we get on. Didn't practice this. I did practice some of the vehicle levels offline earlier, just to sort of see if I could still remember how to video game. Didn't touch this one, but like, this level's route is so ingrained into my brain that I don't think that's going to be the problem with it. It's going to be how I deal with cycles and not slamming into a bomb. Well, these cycles seem pretty nice. Just slow down slightly for those ones. Get the checkpoint. I'm happy to wait. There's enough general leniency with this where that's fine to wait. Am I now on a bad cycle? No. Didn't trust it. Might have been right to not trust it. Wave. See, I don't think NST's jet ski is a worthwhile trade-off in terms of not having the wave cycles, because NST's jet ski handles like complete arse. And like they forgot the most crucial part of the jet ski controls. I'm gonna have to turn around and just be able to see where the shark is. Cool. And then I just need to get the ones over here, and then I'm out of here. Got it. Well, my money's on that being my run killer in my next like attempts on the emulator. Because that was not fast, but first try. And now we do road crash. Probably should have practiced this one as well, but I feel like I know this one well enough to not need to have messed with it offline. That's not ideal. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if there's anyone here who is fully in speedrunning still, but I feel like Warp 3 is the longest warp room of Crash 3. Because obviously you've got the 2 secret levels, Road Crash is kind of long, Dynamite's pretty long. You've got your Deep Trouble backtrack for the red gem, so that kind of pads out that level. Because like Warp 4's got Bye Bye Blimps, which is an incredibly short level. And then you have, well, Sphinxonate is pretty short. Tomb Wader's short. Both of them have 1 cycles rather than having to like just do the level again, but time trial. And then high time's kind of long because it's got a few handrail sections that you got to go on. Speaking of which, that's now the next gauntlet. As soon as I've done entropy, I've got high time 1 cycle, dynamite one cycle, and then tomb time, which won't be a 1 cycle because I never did that. My run was never at a high enough standard to warrant improving my movement enough to learning that. I'll back off to not get fucked by the AI. Well, I say AI, it's literally just the same. They drive the same every time, unlike NST. So you can learn and account for what they do and don't do. Right, this should be 17. Good. Get in front. Good. Yeah, I knew I didn't have a reason to be worried about this level. Perfect. So that's road crash. It's almost warp 3 done. I wonder how is this stacking up to my actual PB? Because other than a few, there's only been a couple of dumb mistakes so far. So like, I don't feel like this is that bad of a run. Like, obviously it's not going to be anywhere near world record, it's not going to be anywhere near a sub 210, and I wouldn't expect it to be. Just take the dinosaur for the extra hit point, because I like to try and get the 2 masks out for high time. Yeah, because well, we've had the hang 'em high death on the way back from the yellow gem, which is always the worst one to have, because like the return trip should just be home and dry. That would have been a sub 2 on a PS2. That's the word I was looking for. Okay, high time. Let's just get on nicely. And then warp 4 realistically should be chill, except for potentially Ski Crazed and Future Frenzy, because Future Frenzy absolutely hates me. I've never gotten on with Future Frenzy. Part of it is my own lack of skill. But it's like, I have tried learning that level and practicing that level to not get fucked over. But I still managed to. Get over the wall. No meaning. How goes the life? Hit the checkpoint. That was the most tragic third mass form I've ever seen on this level. Get me off there. Don't want to be near that scorpion. And thanks for the good luck. Probably won't be doing more than one run, I imagine, just because I realistically don't see myself subbing 230 for one, and yeah. For now, I'm just gonna set an emulator time and see how I get on with the general sort of grinding from there on out. That's why I got my pace bin in the chat. Stream title, not chat. Damn it, I should have gone for that for the bloody time save. Oh well. Probably good not go for the entropy time saves. Especially when I do stuff like that. I mean, that was clearly intentional, so you got more time to hear the entropy boss music. Yes, that's the reason. That's exactly the reason. Nothing else. Get me out of there. Yeah, I don't think this has been going that badly other than doing dumb stuff like that. Which, yeah, that was my fault. Pretty sure, because I just fucked all my inputs. That's intentional. For the record, nice shoes. Oh, fucking Christ. I thought I could make that. Well, there goes about 30 seconds. That's what's supposed to happen there. Bounce off to create, double jump, death tornado over the hole. And then death slide off of that. I'm not supposed to bounce off that, that's fine. Through here, down, death tornado. Okay, nice. That was actually pretty good. The fuck up was entirely my fault. It wasn't like an eaten input or extended slide or anything like that. Okay, this is the level that's going to scare me. Because, obviously I have deliberately forced myself into a situation where I can only go for Boneyard without the bazooka. And now I've got to see if I can actually make this, because realistically there's no reason why I shouldn't. I practiced this earlier today on a keyboard and barely missed it by like 2 frames. So realistically with a controller I should be fine. But of course the proof is in the platforming. And of course I've got to make sure I avoid the hole in the death route, or red gem path rather. Okay, I was getting 37s at the red gem, so that's consistent. And when I was in the red gem earlier, it kind of wasn't very clean, to say the least. Nice. That would have made it on POW as well, actually. Because POW is only 2 seconds faster than NTSC on the Relic. Well, I've got 2 masks, so I can just go straight for the box gem pass. And then of course my best split, which is just called Warp 4. Because Warp 4 is so flexible with what you can and can't do. I'm going to hit these from the back. Because I don't want to fuck the masks off. I fucked the masks off anyway. I shouldn't have stood underneath that. Well, that's both visits of Tomb Time now that are maskless. both of which were my own fault. Good thing this is NTSC as well, because that means there's less enemies. Like, there's no fire fucker here. That hitbox I kinda don't agree with. The fire wasn't even pointing there. Well, I don't really want to hit that. Wait a minute, there's no nitro in this level. Or I think there is, but they get broken. Oh, no, I'm thinking of Sphinxinator. That has nitro. Never actually noticed that in that level, like, or paid attention that there's no nitro in Tomb Time. Interesting. Okay, guess we're going into Tomb Raider first. If I remember correctly, my warp force split's about 21 minutes. Get in. So I will be able to compare that roughly. That's not exactly a height I agree with on drowning. Well, there goes the masks. That didn't take very long. Well, guess we're going slow throughout this entire level. Okay, I did get both. Okay, I'll go safe, and I will just wait until everything's detonated. Reason why I'm doing that, for anyone wondering, is if you leave the bonus and you've got boxes exploding, they get added straight to the regular box counter, meaning if you die, they come back, and because the game set the flag that you completed the bonus, those boxes are then permanently like stuck. And you can't access them, you can't break them. What? But the stuff like that, that's exactly why I waited. Because I'd have to have re-entered. I don't know how I managed that one, but... Okay, I'll just wait. I don't even know how I overshot that either. See, if I had been a good speedrunner, I would have had third master form and it would have ran out around where that crystal was, which means I wouldn't have to deal with the water cycles. That was kind of close. And then, great. I mean, at least I'm giving a great example of what not to do during Tomb Wader. Yes. So if anyone ever wants to run 105, don't do this in Tomb Wader. Just don't do any of this. This is how not to play Tomb Wader. And hey, nerding. Right, no masks, let's go into Bye Bye Blimps. As this level takes away masks, I'll just come in here now and get it out of the way. Hit the bot, hit the... Oh fuck! I probably should have practiced engine as well. Actually, I don't think it will be a problem. Of course, saying that now, watch this space as streamer gets hilariously, ironically owned by the game because it can apparently hear what you're saying. Yeah, I can already tell that was really bad. I don't know why the boxes weren't getting sniped from further away. Right, I think I should do Tell No Tales after this. Then I'll go do the Well, if I come out of Terror Tales with 2 masks, I'll go into Sphinxinator 1. I will then come back for Tomb Raider 1 cycle, Sphinxinator 1 cycle, and then we're done. That's probably the most logical plan. This is exactly why most top-end runners won't have splits. Because you're constantly like having to reroute and plan ahead and leave time trials open for. Masks and third mask form. You're constantly trying to keep as many third mask forms in as possible. $41. I think that's decent. It's been so long, I don't know what actually is like good by top runner standards. It felt good. Right, now time for worst level. I mean, the community's favourite level collectively. No contest. Hold X and fall asleep. It's time for Tell No Tales. Cool, the seagull got moved off. Come around the inside. Just in time to go in between the 2 wave cycles. There goes the mask. I shouldn't realistically need it though. But this is the worst area to die in. Because Naughty Dog had the foresight to be like, let's take a checkpoint out of the level, and they took it out between that checkpoint I've hit and the end of the level. So thanks Andy Gavin. I'm gonna blame it on you. I'm definitely blaming it on you now, Andy Gavin. You're on the list. There goes about 40 seconds. Maybe not 40, but definitely half a minute. Yeah, because there used to be a checkpoint behind that like pirate ship on like one of the, I think it's on the Spyro 1 disc, because Naughty Dog was like, what could we do to advertise Crash 3 to people who have bought Spyro 1? I know, Tell No Tales, and that's the only level in Spyro 1. Like, I don't know about you, but I don't think I would use this level to advertise my game. I think we're looking at like a 24-minute split, probably. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit bad at estimating. Oh, I mean, I probably am bad at estimating. Well, I've still got to do this time trial. I've got to do Tomb Raider 1 cycle. Both of those are probably going to be about 2 minutes each. It's going to be about 2 minutes for the first visit of Sphinxinator, and like another 2 for the 1 cycle. The 1 cycle, of course, is absolutely free in Sphinxinator. I would like to take 2 masks out of here to bring to Sphinxinator, because taking 2 from Tomb Raider is probably not going to be that optimal in case I need to damage abuse from something. Also, just because it's actually harder to get 2 out of Tomb Raider. Well, I guess we're going for the Tomb Raider masks. Because there's only 2 masks, I'm pretty sure, in this level. And I just lost 1. So, hopefully I've got got myself back together and can not screw up Tomb Raider. Like, past experience has taught me that, if anything, it's usually one or the other that goes wrong in Tomb Raider. Like, I'll either get like a good box gem pass and then the death route eats me alive, or I lose time in the box gem and then the death route 1 cycle just leaves me alone. But then again, I do have the luxury of waiting around if I want to, just to avoid the time loss. Because sometimes, as much as it sucks to deliberately go slow, it's probably better to lose 10 seconds waiting on cycles than to lose 2 minutes trying to go fast. That is not a split. Getting a bit ahead of myself there. Okay, Tomb Raider, let's go. You're not going to do it. Don't do it, please. Just no. I will go for the cycle reset. I won't get the good cycle. I won't get the god cycle, but I will at least go for the cycle reset because I'm more used to those cycles. Also, because I know I can literally do this. I had bad movement, so I tried to GTS to the guy. If my movement isn't complete tragedy for everyone watching, then I should be able to make it to him, like so. That was too short of a distance, or too long of a jump to make. I'm certain I just fell through that. That's what that's supposed to look like. Okay, so going for mask was a complete waste of time. My fault. Slid too close to the edge. Okay, so this has just been... I a lesson in, you suck at Tomb Raider again. Even though I shouldn't. Okay, it's noted. But the main reason the first pass went bad was because I threw my masks in the bin. So then I couldn't do anything that relied upon... I thought I was dead. I actually thought I was dead. Okay, I am not going for that. Nope. That was kind of tragic. Yeah, so the main reason the first pass went bad was I threw the masks in the bin, didn't get the third mask form, and then proceeded to keep dying in the section that would have had the third mask form in it. Yeah, okay, we're looking at like a 22-minute here. I don't think it would have been 20 minutes then on my splits, because looking at this being 18 minutes in so far, it's going to be like a 22. I feel like it's not a 20-minute walkthrough in my PB. Can't be. Or like a 20-minute split, because it's not all a walkthrough, it's everything but Future Frenzy. That was kind of decent movement. Well, whatever. Just got to remember to pick up the crystal on the way out. How did I body slam? I asked for a slide. Okay, yeah, I am genuinely convinced that it wasn't a 20 in my PB. It couldn't have been, because, well, I mean, it could have been, and that would be really tragic, because that means that this has only lost like 2 minutes to my PB. And that's kind of laughable. Could have made that cycle. It is what it is. Right, go. Snake. Why? That was 22 minutes. Okay. 22 minutes and it was on emulator, so I would have been losing time to my PS2 time on loads anyway. Right. Ski Crazed. The last super scary one cycle. Ski Craze is here instead of at the end of Warp 6 in terms of... Okay, let me rephrase that. Ski Craze is now rather than when I clear out Warp 6 at the end of the run, just because I don't like this level, and... Well, it's more that this level tends to go wrong the most for me. And the notion of bringing this to the very end of the run doesn't sound like a fun idea to me, so get it out of the way now because it's relatively easy to get the 2 masks out. Plus it helps as a backup for refilling masks for Future Frenzy. Okay, what wave cycle are we on? That was a nice read, but I still almost went over. Nice. Bombs moving apart, so that's nice. That's fine. That's fine. And no. Oh. Of course. I wasn't turning sharp enough, and let's just restart that. Fuck this level, man. I was thinking, oh, okay, the game's gonna let me out with Ski Craze first try. Nope. Burn the mask, throw myself off my lines because of it, die. Farewell 2 minutes. I hardly knew you. So, by the looks of things, I'm gonna have a run on emulator, so that will, because naturally this will become my, in quotes, emulator PB. I will be running against these splits in the future. And currently it's looking like I'm going to be running against a bunch of splits that have a kind of good opening up to Boneyard, other than a few mistakes that cost around 20 to 30 seconds here and there. And then we're going to get to Warp 4 and it's going to be like, oh look, you can save 5 minutes in the entirety of Warp 4. Well, at least 5 minutes. Okay, that one I can go full speed in. Good to know. Couldn't remember because I know there's one on hot cocoa, and hot cocoa's is the one where it's a bit touch and go. That's what should have happened first time as well. Instead I hit the bomb, which threw my lines off and cost me a solid 2 minutes. And what a surprise, because it cost me the time already, those ramps went perfect. I'd have wagered coming in at like 6 minutes to save in Warp 4. Easy. That's the wrong level. That's the wrong level. Well, there goes. Like 15 seconds. 29. Well, that was the fastest way of losing a third milestone for this level. Cool. Okay, what to do, Do I grab the mask for the extra hit point? I think I do. I think I'll grab the mask now, just so I've got the insurance. Because going forwards isn't as hard as going backwards. On like up. That's exactly why it was a good idea. Although then again, would I have even hit that? Okay, so just got to be a little bit careful. For the record, in case anyone here is new to my stream, back when I was regularly running games, this was like a level I was notorious at, with constantly dying in this backtrack and just throwing away good runs. I am not going around the jump though. Okay, I'll just wait that one out. I know I can safely jump around that. Didn't get my spin, but I was still past the hazard. Okay, there's still a few enemies. I don't have any masks left to pick up. I just need to try and play it a little. Safe. And yeah, I forgot that that guy was still there. Okay, we're fine. And that's fine. That's only going to lose like 5 seconds. That's a wrong way slide. Okay, Gone Tomorrow's the last, like, other level that can eat time up if it chooses to. glitch high wasn't high enough. That's a bit of a more problematic death. Especially when the checkpoint is literally there. How did I go that high? Do the moderation tools tell us how to make Twitch stop looking really shit with its inconsistent everything? As in, they decided to remove where all of the badge buttons and shit were. Come on, get the belly button. Okay, that was a pretty okay phase one. Please break, please break. Okay, now I need to make sure these don't break too close together, because I don't know if it will crash on emulator. It definitely crashes on console. That's one. That's another one. And that's the last one. Come on. Phase 1 was decent, Phase 2 sucked. We might actually be on 2x pace, actually. Which is hilarious. I swear, if this does get close to my PB, I will want to die. just in case. I don't want to lose the mask. Future Frenzy is also another level that tends to either screw me on the first pass or screw me on the second. And the second pass normally is because I'm a bad player and rely on the third mask form to not screw up the 2D section. I'm not afraid to admit that. Yeah, like, we're 157 going into Warp 5 and I've only got 2 levels in Warp 6 to go. No! There goes 50 seconds. Well, not 50, it's going to be 40. The reason why I've had to re-enter is there's a death route. And it's a death route that I can't use on the re-entry for like the relic. Oh. The mask being gone doesn't really matter because there's no third mask form in the first part of the level, so that's not really a big deal. Other than making it so that I'm more likely to die on anything really. Fine. Just because I am scared. Really? Kind of interesting though, because green gem and red gem are the only gems in this game you don't get in a time trial. You one cycle high, hang 'em high. High time obviously gets one cycled, and Tomb Raider's got like the easiest. Yeah, Tomb Raider's got the easiest one cycle on a technicality of the standard for a gold relic is incredibly high. So it's easy enough, even if you're going like relatively slow. Like obviously you have to have a certain pace to keep. I am not gonna nitro jump those. I don't trust myself. So again, for people that aren't aware, there's no nitro detonator in this level, and the only nitros are in the bonus, because now that you've got the bazooka, Naughty Dog wants you to start bazookaing anything and everything. I have no clue why they even made a bazooka. Like, I mean, it's I suppose like a fun novelty power-up, but it also is basically a you win the game. Because, if you've got the bazooka, you're just gonna, especially as a kid, you're just gonna stand there and bazooka every enemy that you come across rather than get anywhere near them. Shit. Doesn't matter because the time trial on this level is bloody free. relatively speaking. Like, you can still die. I thought you was moving to the right, apparently not. So no third mass form, but that's fine. This level's actually quite short. Yeah, that was bad. I lost time to the mask, but then I didn't actually get the camera to follow me. Cool. 2 platforming levels to go. So soon, Aku Aku is going to be completely useless. Because I've got to do this, got to do Gone Tomorrow, and then no more platforming. 2 motorcycles, 2 planes, done. And like I said, this is actually looking like a really solid paced run, and I'm kind of sad. Real talk, this is actually my favourite level in the game. I really like this one a lot. Oh, that actually helps because it keeps the door open. Aha! Unintentionally going fast. I'll also freely admit to double jumping too much, but my excuse is I'm bad. Cool, that was actually a decent bug-like one, and the time trial shouldn't be an issue because I don't do the 1 cycle. I think it might be a 2-2x. Not definitely confident at the moment, but I think it's a 2-2x. Probably like mid to high 2-2x. Which is currently like dependent on how I play the final 5 levels. Mostly gone tomorrow because that level, if it decides to screw you over once, like as in like if you make one mistake early on, chances are you're gonna die a lot or go really slow, or a combination of all of the above. We're not getting the mass forming on tomorrow, but that's not really a big worry on my mind. "21 minutes of 5 levels. Orange Asphalt's about 4. Mad Bombers is about 3. Rings of Power's 2. There might be a possibility of sub 220, which is even sadder. I'm just going to play a little safe on this level. Right, jump over this checkpoint. Go to the next. Okay, fine, I'll play it like a bitch. If I had the other mask, I probably would be being a bit more ballsy with this level. So, yeah, sue me, but I'm gonna be a bit of a baby. I'd rather just get a kind of clean, slow, but like not. Ah, you're dead. Yep, that's correct. That should be me safe now. Not from time lost by death. Okay, I left those enemies there, but Okay, you got them all. I just want the checkpoint. Okay, cool. Okay, it's definitely not 2-1X. Definitely not. Which is something I can live with quite happily. Get me out of here. Okay, just the time trial to go. And then we are officially done with platforming. But yeah, no, this can't do sub 220. It's definitely a sub 230 though. I'm gonna say like a 228 at the moment. Maybe a 227. Probably about a 219 coming out of Orange Asphalt. A 222/3 out of Mad Bombers. Yeah, I'm saying 228, 229. I could go for Toll Skip, but I just want to get the box. Get me in front, thank you. definitely going to be a 219 coming out of Orange Asphalt. And I know Rings of Power is about a minute and a half without having to reset. So as long as I get the one cycle, we're fine. And then, yeah, Area 51's 158 on my splits or thereabouts. Might be like a 148 or something. No, I think it's a 158 on my splits, around 2 minutes. Might be more than that. Might be 2 minutes, 12 or something, with loads. Point being that Area 51's around the 2 minute mark, Rings of Power's around the 2 minute mark. Mad Bombers is going to be about 3 because of having to load into Cortex. So that's like 7 minutes. Which takes up to like a 225. With loads. Yeah, we're looking. Also, Cortex is about 2 minutes. Damn it. Piss off. Shit. Oh Christ. Jesus, I think I cut that close. I think it's like a 131. Fucking hell. So for the record, my PB finish is 2 minutes ago now. 2:17:45. So yeah, I'd say if it wasn't for emulator, I probably would already be done with the first part of Mad Bombers. Because like emulator loads do lose a fair bit. Hit the box. That's going to put me on really bad cycles now. Might as well just get this one of them over here. Need to get this box. Oh, I'm on the wrong cycles entirely now. I'm going the wrong way. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, I should have gone like a different direction than I did. Oh well. I might not even sub 230 actually at this rate. We'll see. I would like it to be a sub 230 at least. Because that would be a pretty good sort of resettlers for coming back. Yeah, this is going to be quite close for us. If it's going to sub 230, it's going to be fucking close. Missing one fucking hit. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't fucking do it, don't fucking do it, please. Yeah, I doubt was gonna sub 230. It's going to be very close. Late to bet, but who cares? There's a possibility, but it's going to be a 229, I think. Actually, I don't think it can. I think it's going to be like a 231 actually. 231, 232. It definitely has potential to until I like screwed up all of Warp 4. Well, not all of Warp 4. Primarily Tomb Raider and then the one Death and Tell No Tales. Oh, shitting Christ. Yeah, this is going to be like a 231 currently. I'm going to be entering Cortex on like 229. Yeah. Probably enter Cortex at 229, leaving this at 229 as well. Right, I want to focus on this level. That mistake was my fault. 232. 232. Get the gem, you fucking donut. I am so stupid. At least it was on the first fucking laser bit last. GG. Right, well then, that is Crash 3. I don't really have time to do any more runs because it would end at midnight. Yeah. Wasn't actually that bad of a run. Should have stopped 230. Silly mistakes in Walk 4. But yes, pretty good runs that I've not done runs in who knows how long. And like I say, I was on emulator, so it loses about a minute to a minute and a half on PS2 to loads. So that would have been like a 229 on PS2, I think. Like, had the Area 51 missing box not happened. However, I think now I will BRB, let the rest of the credits roll. When that's happened, I am going to go over to Fall Guys, while I will stop stream and restart once Fall Guys is launched. So if you're only here for Crash, thanks for watching, and you'll probably see me around again soon. I'll probably be back on Saturday with a little bit more. But I did enjoy that, that was good, even with the dumb mistakes. Very fun. So yeah, if things go well between now and the end of August, watch this space, and I might be back on console with crispy quality. Alright, I'm back. I'm just gonna quickly go save this as a practice file. Alright then, that will do for this part of the stream. I'm gonna cut and come back with Fall Guys for the next sort of hour and a half or so. Take care, and I'll see you another time. If not, right when I come back.